guys are probably wondering why it just stopped. Well, what happened? I ran out of storage on my phone, so this is just gonna be the part two. Now, where I stopped at is just the eye, stopping at the eye. Now, the old man's trick is take your index finger and poke through the eyelid, and then you can see where you're at. You have your actual hide, and then uh, you have your extra skin that you need, and then just you always want continuous pressure. You never want to let your pressure go when you're cutting. So just work down and just keep. It's gonna take you a while. So if you're new about this, I mean, I've done so I've ruined so many deer. It just takes a lot of practice when you're doing this kind of stuff. So just keep working till you're down like this, and just try to stay back as far as you can. Oh, busted through right there. I don't know if you guys can see that, but you'll be able to see it in a little second. I'll try to show you guys a little bit later. It's a little bit hard to see right now. See if I can get propped up here. There's a little hole right there. It's that dark spot right now. Now that's where I busted through, and it'll bust through if you do exactly just like I did it. It'll bust through right where it needs to be. Yep, just right on the eye. The end of the eye skin. Bring some stuff down here. And then I'll explain to you guys in a second what to do. Now, another thing that will help you is take your index finger, and if your hand's not big enough, take your middle finger too and hook it. And this will pull tension really tight, so you can just snip it off. Just bring it down just a little bit right here. And this will show you. See that's quite a bit. That's enough to do it. And you'll run into this. It's called the inner eyelid. See if I can get a good view of it. It's just like a little eyelid looking thing right here. And what you want to do with that, just take your fingers. Have your scalpel in one hand. Take your fingers and then try to grab that. If you can't grab it yet, if it's not enough, just work down a little bit. And you ain't gonna have the best grip on it, so. And then just slowly cut that down. The eyelid, just pull it as tight as you can. And then just snip it. It can be a little bit tricky, so don't just get discouraged, because I even have a little bit of trouble gripping it. And if you're having a lot of trouble, you try it for a little bit and you still have trouble gripping it, just grab like a pair of pliers, just like position here like this. Got a pair of needle nose pliers. Instead of gripping them with your fingers, you get a lot better grip with some pliers. But you just don't pull too hard though. Pliers, just pull enough that's gonna get tight, but where you're not gonna rip it. That's one thing you're not gonna do with your hand. You're probably not gonna rip it. And I'll tell you guys when I get done with this part. Now, when you're working it down, you want to stay as close as you can to the eye socket. Even just like flush it up just like this, and then just keep working it down. And then as soon as you get past the eye socket, just don't go past it super far. About probably not even a centimeter, about half centimeter, and then just stop. Now, if you look at your eyes, you can. There's something called a tear duct, and I'll see if I can explain to you guys what that is. Your tear duct is right there. As you can see, the skin just the skull just goes like here's your eye socket, and then it just goes like here's your eye socket, and then it just goes whoom, makes a little like a little hole. It doesn't go all the way. It's just like a bowl, like you put your cereal in. It's like a little bowl, and you have to stay as close as you can to the skull, or you're just gonna cut a big old hole right through the tear duct. And as you can see, I've done it on both eyes. I've cut the eyes on both sides, right there. You can see how much you have by just finding the hole of it and just pulling up. See, I think that's plenty enough to work with. And always get enough. Don't ever try to get it perfect, because you can always take your scissor when you're mounting it and snip it off just a little bit. But I'll show you how to get the tear duct in a second. Now, I've done this one. It goes down into like a little pocket, and then that's what you want to watch for, because some people just keep going through and it just cuts through the hide. And I'll show you about the other. Just stay as close to the skull as you possibly can. I know you guys aren't getting a very good view of it, but it's a lot of videos explaining. Just stay close to the skull as you can. Just like work your way close as the skull as you possibly can. Because a lot of people just go cut right through it and then just cut right through the hide. And after you get with your first one, reference your next one off the one you just did. And then you got mostly of it done. And then you should just get regular again.